Hi, and welcome to part one of ilawyerapps presentation on using your iPad in your law practice. Today we're just going to give you some practical tips and pointers on using applications in your workflow in your office. As always, you can check us out on the web at www.ilawyerapps.com. Now for this first presentation, we're only going to really get into one app. Before that, we're going to cover some groundwork that we think you need to consider before you make your purchase. Try and help you pick out which version of the iPad to buy. This video is being produced in early January, and it looks like a new iPad may be coming out in the coming months, so keep that in mind. Right now, you probably want to ask yourself if you want the 3G or the Wi-Fi based upon whether or not you use practice management software, whether or not you have a paperless office, and also how does your general workflow in your office. By paperless office, we mean do you scan in your documents. Now, the first things we need to do are figure out what the difference between the Wi-Fi and the 3G version are. The 3G version offers you access anywhere over a 3G network. There's a monthly usage fee for that. When Wi-Fi is not available, the 3G kicks in. If you're in a rural area, the coverage may be spotty at times. You have constant connectivity with your email server, and the Wi-Fi 3G version is about $200 more expensive than the regular version. With the Wi-Fi only version, you get unlimited access to Wi-Fi if you have free Wi-Fi available to you. It's a little bit lighter. That's not really a big difference. Most locations now do have some form of a Wi-Fi connection for you. A lot of the local courts here are starting to offer it. Federal courts, some may in the future. Right now, I do not think that there is Wi-Fi access in the federal court system. There is no monthly fee though. We recommend that you start out with the 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi 3G version. We tell you to start out with the 16 gig so it won't hurt your pocketbook as much when you upgrade, and also because if you use Dropbox, storage shouldn't be an issue. So if you make the big plunge right out of the box, your iPad's going to help you out with your email, internet, calendar, and contacts. We're not going to talk too much about calendar and contacts today. Those are things that most of us already have figured out how to use. As far as email goes, the iPad is just incredible. Once I started checking and using it for my email, I hardly ever go back to my PC and check it. It allows you to see all your mailboxes at once. You can star them, you can forward them, you can delete them all from within there. The internet, having it anywhere in a full screen mode has just been invaluable. It allows us to do research on the go in courtrooms. We can log into our Rocket Matter or our client's software management from a courtroom. We can download particular court rules from the court website and have them handy for us while we're in court. Now, these alone probably aren't enough to encourage you to run out and just buy the iPad right off the shelves. Most netbooks and smartphones will perform these functions anyway. What sets the iPad apart from our perspective is the fact that it has the App Store. The App Store allows you to download and quickly purchase apps, some of which are specifically made for lawyers, and others can be used, bastardized, or adapted to fit your law practice. Now today we're going to give you a list of apps that we suggest you start out with. These are in no particular order. Again, in this first presentation, because of the time limitations on YouTube, we're only going to really cover one app. Dropbox is the first one we're going to present to you today. Then we're going to look at Goodreader, LogMeIn, which right now is actually on sale, various code sections, CalcBot, Fastcase, Evernote, Pages, Square, WordPerfect Viewer, Dictamus, and because we are Just shameless self-promoters, we suggest that you get a link to ilawyerapps, which of course is free. The first thing we're going to look at is a code section for your state. Now, there are a multitude of these for different practice areas. A quick search gave us, I believe, something like 20 pages worth of results. Aside from lawyer jokes, these are the most plentiful of the apps that you'll find out there. The cost of them range anywhere from 99 cents. You'll see on the right, we found one as high as $29. You can find local rules, you can find federal rules, and some are even tailored to your specific practice area. I think it's worth your time to look at a couple and see what the search function looks like. Also, if you can print from them, that would be a huge benefit. First, we're going to look at Dropbox. Dropbox is what we call a cloud-based storage location device. It is clouded storage. What that means is that from your home computer, from your office computer, from your laptop, your iPad, your iPod, wherever, you can take a file and you can upload it to this central area. It eliminates the need to ever carry around those thumb drives, to email yourself documents. You can just place a file into this common holding area from any of these devices. Now, in order to make it work, you obviously have to have it on both your iPad or your iPhone and the desktop or laptop computer that you want to use it from. You get the first 2 gigs of storage free. They give you incentives of adding friends in order to expand that up. You can purchase 100 gigs for an additional $200 a year. Now, it's not intended to be used as a viewer. By that, we mean that you're not really supposed to view files or the folders from within Dropbox. It's more of a deliverance system. Once you're inside, we'll show you how to view those files, though. An example of how we use Dropbox in our office is we take our clients' soft files, the paper files that we have in our office, and we scan those in as PDFs, JPEGs, however you'd like to save them. PDFs we found are the most convenient. We save those to our Dropbox and we label them according to the client's name, year, so on and so forth to make it easy to find. Then when we're at the courthouse and we have our iPad with us, because we've got 3G, we can retrieve it. This is a screenshot of what Dropbox is going to look like in landscape mode on your iPad. The first section we're going to look at is the top right section. Here you'll see 3 icons. The first is the link icon, which enables you to create a link so you can email your staff, opposing counsel, or a client. We actually give our clients a link to their own Dropbox so they can see when their own file has been updated. It cuts down on phone calls. With that, sometimes we star or bookmark the document using this icon that we want our clients to look at. This is the icon you're probably going to use the most. It's the Open the Doc in Other Apps. From here, it will allow you to open the document in another reader. And we'll talk about that in part 2 of this presentation. Next, let's look at the top left section. Here you see the edit function, which allows you to rearrange or to delete folders. Then we see the My Dropbox. That takes you up a level into the various levels. If I went into that mediation folder and wanted to go up a level, I would click where that My Dropbox is right now. This is what a folder icon looks like. If you see that icon, it indicates that there are other files within that area. Back at our main screen, if we look down at the bottom left area, we see these 3 icons. These aren't used near as much, so we're not going to spend as much time. We see a file icon, just to show you what that looks like, a folder icon. Then to add a folder, you'll hit this plus button. To upload photos and videos, you'll hit here. And to view photos, you'll press the icon down in the bottom right corner. Again, this has been part 1 of our series of using your iPad in your law office. If it sounds like we're rushing, it's because we are. For a more detailed explanation, sign up for one of our upcoming CLEs. Visit us up on the web at www.ilawyerapps.com.